It's 2016. Diplo and Skrillex had to make what some consider the biggest mistake of their lives. The duo known as Jack U had to face a challenge. Skrillex was tied up into a record deal, but Diplo wanted to keep making hits. Instead, they were forced to part their own ways. And in 2016, both artists announced the end of Jack U. After just one album release, they created a masterpiece. Where Are You Now? To You, Mind. These songs had billions of streams, global charts, and a Grammy Award-winning album. So whatever happened to them? Why were they split at the height of their duo career? And what led them to creating such an unforgettable duo that collabed with Justin Bieber, performed at Ultra together, and create the hottest EDM pop infusion of the early 2010s? But in order to understand their rise and their fall, we need to rewind. Diplo once said the goal of Jack U was to make underground music for the masses. This was their whole idea in the first place. Experiment, blend genres, and collab with unexpected artists like 2 Chainz and Justin Bieber. I mean, from the beginning, dating back to 2013, when they had their first live set at Mad Decent Block Party in San Diego, where the world would first hear the name Jack U. While teasing their soon-to-be-released hit underground songs, they had broke the traditional style of EDM. They created something different and unique, while also focusing on pleasing the underground niche. Just a year later in 2014, they made it official with the release of Take You There. It was a hit, selling 1.3 million copies its first week. But the craziest part, it showed them something. It showed them that these experiments of theirs that blended pop and electronic music could live both on the radio and in a festival setting. Fast forward to February 2015, just a year after releasing their first single, Take You There, they came out with their debut album, Jack U, a compact 10-track project, which featured one of the biggest EDM pop infusion songs in history. Where Are You Now, featuring Justin Bieber. The hit song, originally starting as a simple piano demo by Bieber, titled The Most,
Now that I need you, couldn't find you anywhere.
It was later sent to the Jack U crew, where it then got its iconic twisted sound that made it more electric.
Where are you now that I need you?
The Dolphin Sound, a chopped, pitch-bent vocal from Bieber that then became the drop of the song.
You know, that's actually my vocal. They just chopped it up.
Oh, it's not really a synthesizer? It's just that?
No, it's just my vocal. So they pitched it up and they like messed with it and stuff.
Need you the most. Need you the most. Need you the most. Need you the most.
It's him, I cut out this piece.
Need you the most.
So it's like pitched way up, distorted, bounced, rebounced again. So
They knew they had something special. In order to promote their song, they needed something big. That's when they came up with the idea of a 24-hour stream. But 18 hours in, something happened. The police shut it down. I guess the private party had gotten too big. A huge crowd was trying to get inside the house.
Party's over, everybody out! Tracy!
But it worked out in the end. The publicity promoted their album to the top charts, and eventually winning the Grammy Award for the Best Dance Album. Now, the breakup of Jack U is probably one of the most misunderstood splits in modern EDM. You see, most fans assume it was because they had a falling out or simply just drifted apart as friends. But the real reason? It's more complicated. It's a lot more about the music industry than personal drama. Diplo stated this: "The thing with Jack U is complicated because of Atlantic. Skrillex is signed to that label, and it's difficult to do anything with that. I hate major labels, so I don't really want to do anything with major labels, so it's hard." That quote pretty much says it all. The core issue wasn't really friendship, it was more of label politics. Skrillex was signed to Atlantic Records, and Diplo's distaste for working with major labels made it nearly impossible for them to keep releasing music together under the name Jack U. And the problem with these big record labels, they restrict creative freedom, plain and simple. Major labels often trap artists in restrictive contracts. These deals limit how and when artists can release music, who they can collaborate with, and even what kind of music they can make. They also take a huge cut of these profits, leaving the artist with just a small share, even with a major hit like Where Are You Now? And on top of that, they often interfere with the music itself. They push for more radio-friendly safe sounds, less risky and less original. That's a big part of why Jack U left. But there's another part of this breakup: creative growth. Diplo put it like this: "It's something we talked about over the last year. Jack U was awesome, but it was very young. I want to do something that feels more my age. Jack U didn't just top charts, they brought underground electronic music into the mainstream. But behind the scenes, things were starting to unravel. In 2016, Skrillex tweeted that Jack U was done touring for a long time. The tweet was then quickly deleted, but the message was pretty clear. For years after, Diplo kept hinting at a return. In 2019, he posted a remix of Where Are You Now on Instagram with this caption. But every time the topic came up, it circled back to one problem: Skrillex and his label. Fast forward to now, and we've got some interesting news. As of just a couple of months ago, Skrillex is officially independent. No more Atlantic, no more label politics. And that has fans wondering, could Jack U make a comeback? Doesn't really seem like it, after Diplo said this.
Chance that Jack U would come back.
There is, if Skrillex listens to this show and text me back.
So Skrillex, listen up, trying to do this again.
Yeah, come on.
Because
people need it.
But who knows? And now, Skrillex is free, Diplo is ready, and the road is clear. So now the question is, will Skrillex ever respond to Diplo, and how soon could they reunite?